Hi YouTube, welcome back to Outsiders. My name's Sean Connors, and tonight I'm going to be reviewing a book for you, an RPG book that came to me on Friday. Now I've got Pathfinder in the background still, and there's a reason for this, because the product I'm going to be reviewing is a Pathfinder product. Now I'm really only going to be, at this point, surface touching on the product and giving it my view of its score. And it's a campaign product, so it's a campaign setting. Now normally I don't review campaign settings, generally because I can't find one that really fits what I'm about to do. So the biggest problem you always have as an experienced DM, I think, or any DM really, is finding a product that fits what you want to do and not the other way around. So you're trying to fit in with the product, if you get my drift. I've come across something that has really blown me away. Now I've read this product over the last 2 days. Now as soon as I've picked up the book and had a look at it, and it's this book here, which is the Inner Sea World Guide by Paizo. They say at the back of the book, it says the best of all possible worlds, and I have to be perfectly honest straight off and say this. This is probably the best campaign setting I've ever seen. It's that good. It's a 4 out of 4. I don't really have to review it. It's that strong. I picked it up and read it, thought it's good. Picked it up and read it in depth, I thought it's amazing. Picked it up and read it for 2 days. My wife will tell you, it's a bit of a love affair with this one. This is a very seriously good RPG product. When they say it's the best of all worlds, they're not kidding. They've covered off 40 areas in this book. Now if we start at the front very quickly and just have a look at it, and hopefully what you can see is it's standard Pathfinder sort of glossiness, very nice that it is. I'm not a big fan of those, that sort of a little bit cartoony as some people describe, but it does the job. I mean, on the shelf it's distinctive, it's unique, and it's certainly Pathfinder, you know in a glance, so I suppose that's the idea. But as soon as you get into the book and start opening it up, it's distinctively Pathfinder. You can see straight away that you're dealing with a product that is very well laid out, beautifully colour coordinated, and basically just oozes quality throughout. There's an awful lot of people behind this. As you start looking at the credits for the book, you're going to see a mass list. A lot of superior role players in my book have contributed towards this, and what they've collectively created here is an absolute masterpiece, because normally, as I say, campaign worlds, you sort of got to fit in with them a little bit, to be honest with you. Yeah, I know it's sad, Paige, it's very sad. But you have to fit in with them. But in this book, it really has created the best of everything. I was recently thinking about creating a world where it was sort of 14th, 15th century, Renaissance, Italy period. Characters might work for different factions and have, even though they may have a success as a group, it might be varying successes depending on which house you work for. I love that idea, but I hadn't really got around to doing much with it. Well, the Inner Sea World Guide, without a doubt, really is the Mediterranean. So if I just open up the map, you're going to see very quickly that it's a huge map. I have a slight criticism of the map, but it's a tiny blemish. It's not something that would detract away from it. It's very, very good. I've only had this a couple of days, but you can see it's the sort of type of map that will disintegrate pretty quickly. So this one's definitely going to have to go under Perspex, to be honest, or in some sort of coverage, or be vinyled in some way, because it will fall apart, and there's no way I want to lose this because it's such high quality. The worlds themselves, well, actually, let's start at the very beginning. The races are familiar as soon as you look at them. It doesn't matter which one you look at. Let's take Mwengi, for example, here, and you've got the Kelids to the right of it, sort of a barbarian tribe, the Malenga, sort of African. If you think of the Mediterranean and that feel, you can see which direction they're going to come from, south of the region. They're beautifully done. They're very tastefully done. There's no fluff to them. It's all about the region. They give you a bit of information about them. They give you the different types from that region, and they do it in a very slick way. As soon as you move, and it's colour-coded, you'll notice reddish, brown for the races, then it moves into the Inner Sea history. Now, the Inner Sea history is phenomenal. I mean, there is nearly 5,000 years of history here, which they've condensed into a few pages, but they've done a really nice job on it. And then you have the various locales. So, for example, we've got Absalon. Now, I love these because it's very reminiscent of the old Greyhawk days. Anybody that can think back that far or knows that stuff. You've got the shield designs, which I absolutely love. You've got a little bit of information about those people, and it's done normally over sort of 3 to 5 pages generally, and all the time as well they've colour coded that particular race and where their influence is. And they've done that on every single area. Now, what really separates these areas is that every single one of them could be a campaign world that would really suit you. I've automatically fallen in love with this book for so many reasons, because it touches every level. If I want to create a 14th, 15th century Renaissance world, I can do that here. My God, it's quite close to the Mediterranean. It looks like the Mediterranean for starters. But every single territory is unique. You've got a territory devoted to the orcs. You've got a territory devoted to the drow. You've got an underworld location. You've got this Sheliax, which I love, which is the diabolical empire in decline, where you've literally got the picture of the king and the devil. They signed a deal some time ago, and now Amadeus has a foothold on the prime material. And it's about what's happened to that empire since that foothold began. Oh, absolutely fantastic. I could run campaigns in that left, right, and centre. You could have an evil campaign. You could have a good campaign where people are going against almost like resistance fighters. I mean, and they're all as good as that. I mean, have a look at this, for example, here. Gault, the Eternal Revolution. Really French reminiscence, this. But really, really good. I mean, look at the sort of characters. The Grey Gardener. I mean, they're brilliant, the idea. It's really interesting, the sort of feel for it. You can find a campaign flavour, as it says, the best of all worlds. That makes this product really unique. Coupled with the races and the way they look, they've got a very human influence to them that can easily appeal. I love that about any book, but they've done it so well, seamlessly well. And with so many writers involved, it's amazing they've managed to achieve what they've done. There's 20 deities they've covered off, plus they've described others. The religion part is very strong to the book. Again, shield designs used in all cases. A nice bit of detail about the various religions. What I like, as well as I've done some research on this book, is that there are some of these areas have already been picked out and expanded upon, and I'm grateful to see they've already done that about Shalex, which I definitely am very interested in. However, that one's already out of stock, so it just shows you how it must have been well received. I've got to go hunting around to find it, but I'll definitely be picking up more products and reviewing it. You've got a big section on adventuring here, some prestige classes, and I have to say, looking at the prestige classes, they've got, I'll quickly cover them off. I'm not going to go into any detail, but it's very exciting. They've got the Harrower, which uses, it's like a fortune teller. It's quite interesting, not my cup of tea, but it's very interesting. Hell Knight's brilliant, see where that comes in. The Low Templar, so the Low Templar being somebody who sort of flaunts the rules for their own advantage. The Red Mantis Assassin, I love that title, it's absolutely superb. You've got different feats, adventuring gear, but all very, very appropriate to the regional histories. There's something in there for every area, which is nice. A few new magic items, a few unique creatures, which is nice and again covered off, and a fantastic index. And on top of all that, a lovely pronunciation. Very easy to pronounce all the various terminology in it because they've broken it down really well. No fluff, pure fact, which is fantastic. So for me, this product's a 4 out of 4. In the UK, it retails at about £30. I guess in American terms, that's probably going to be closer to $50. But as a product, honestly, as a product, I can't speak highly enough of it. I'm in two minds now, because originally when I brought my previous Pathfinder game to a close because of a serious amount of DM burnout, and I just needed a bit of a break before I go on and run my next campaign, which will be Warhammer 3rd, for my main group in London. I definitely will run Warhammer for them at some point, but this now has sparked my mind, which is what all good books do. They spark your minds to create, come up with loads of new ideas. This book is packed full of ideas as a starting DM. Even if you're an experienced DM, there's going to be something in there that can appeal to you. My God, there's territories in here that you could port your campaign world straight into and just make a few changes. It is that good. It is the best of all worlds. It is a perfect product. I can't fault it in any way. Small, tiny flaws, perhaps. How can I possibly comment on where so much is packed into such a beautiful little book? If you do nothing else this year than buy one product, please make it this product. And I kid you not, without a doubt that'll be a fantastic investment, because this one will not be around long. I'd suggest you get yours before they go out of stock fast. Anyway, I've been Sean Collins, this has been Outsiders. This is my review of the Inner Sea World Guide. It's been a privilege and an honour to actually have this book, and it is a beauty. So anyway, thanks very much for listening to my channel. Thank you very much for comments and feedback. Keep watching, keep sending in your views, and I'll be back to you in a few days' time. Anyway, take care of yourselves and happy gaming. Bye-bye for now.